make a vertical video for Instagram ads like this one. What I'm going to share with you is a real ad that I've used to generate lots of traffic to my website and inquiries from Instagram. So if that's something that you're looking to do with your business, you really want to watch this. I'm going to assume that you're comfortable using video editing software. What I'm going to be doing is not particularly technical, but you will need to know how to use it. I'm going to be using Final Cut Pro, as that's the editing suite that I choose to use. It's my favorite one, but this will work just as much in Premiere Pro. You'll just have to adapt the way that you do things in the timeline to fit that program. So let me take you through it step by step. This is how I did it. You can change the steps, you can vary it if you want. I'm just showing you an overview of how I created the ad that I will show you at the end. First of all, we need to open up Final Cut Pro and open up a library, either an existing one or create a new one. And you're going to need some videos, some music and things like that to put in the video. Once you've got some videos and you've got some music to put in there and you've imported that in, you're going to need to create a new project. This is how we're going to do it. We're going to go to File, we're going to go to New. We're going to go across and we're going to create a project. The project, you can call it whatever you like, but what we need to do here is we need to come down to the part that says video. Under this, we need to change this to custom. At the moment, it's set for a normal 16:9 HD video. We want to change that to a vertical video. So the easiest way to do that is to change it from a 16:9 to a 9:16. We're going to do that by changing these two figures round. So it's going to be 1080 by 1920. The frame rate needs to be whatever it is for your area and the type of videos that you're going to create. As I'm in the UK and the standard kind of frame rate, cinematic frame rate is 25 frames a second, I'm going to change it to 25p. Wherever you are and whatever you're wanting to create, you will do that accordingly. Leave all the other settings the same and click OK. That's going to give you this thin sliver of video, and with that we're going to create the perfect video for an Instagram audience. So as an example, if we drop a clip into here, we're going to see that it's not filling up the entire video frame there. It's just this portion in the middle. That's because this video is a 16:9 video, and so the way that it's scaled it into there is only taking up a third of the frame. So there's two things we could do. One of the things we could do is go over to the transform thing, and if we scale it, we can make it bigger. Now, the problem is you can do this and you can then change how it's sort of composed in there, and you could use this. So you could just play it like this, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The issue that you're going to have is that you are actually going to be lowering down the quality of your video because you're scaling it up from a 1080 source. So you could do that if you had the original 4K clips, and I've made vertical videos in this way before. That's not what I'm going to do with this, because that's great if you're just wanting to use one video or one clip at a time. I'm wanting to create something really dynamic, and that's the difference with this particular way that I'm going to do this. It's going to be much more dynamic and much more eye-catching and interesting to watch. So this clip's now on the main timeline. If we get another clip and drag it above, what we're effectively doing here is we're layering the clips. Now you can see that because I've put that one over the top and it's also in the middle, it's now over the top of this first clip. Okay, so you can't see the first clip because I've put this one over the top of it. Now if I decrease the opacity, you'll see that you can actually go between the two clips. So what I want to be able to do in order to put more than one clip is I need to move it. And you can mess around with the positioning of it as much as you want. What I've found is, and this is how I made this video, is if I type in 617, that will move it to the top. Okay? I can then get another video. Alright, so I could get another clip, put it over the top, and then if I type in here -617, it'll put that one at the bottom. So with a very simple process, what I've been able to do is take three videos that are in that 16:9 format and then stack them one above each other. By doing that, they're now playing at the same time. Obviously they're all confetti shots, so that's like pretty cool. So that's great. We've got something that looks a little bit more dynamic because it's got more than one image going at a time. But what if we want to add some other elements in there? So as well as some music, which I'm going to show you in a second, I might want to add some text. And the reason I might want to add some text is because some people are going to be watching these videos without the sound on. So you're going to want to be able to reach your audience and get some messages across to them, even if they can't hear what's actually going on in the video. So to do that, we're going to come up to text, and you can use whatever text you want. I'm just going to use a basic title. I'm going to drag that down here, and I'm going to put something in there. Now, I'm not going to, it's up to you what fonts you use and things like that. But you can come in here and you could type, "This is how." We can change the font, and we can change the size. So, "This is how." And we're going to put that there, okay? So now if we watch that, it's over the top of this. Because this is the main timeline, whatever I put over the top of it, it will show. So because it's over the top of that, it's showing over the top of that image, okay? If I put it there and then I move these two, okay, and we get rid of that, now it's a black screen behind it, and it's showing the videos at the top and the bottom. What you write in the text and exactly how you position it, when and where, that's completely up to you. I'm just showing you a very simple way of layering the text and layering the images so that they're going to be visible in different places. That's how I've made the video that I'm going to show you in a second. So now what we need to do is we need to move the text around a little bit so that it jazzes it up and moves, makes things really dynamic. And we're going to add some music because that's how we're going to decide how we're going to edit this together and do the cuts. So if we come back to it, what we need to do is we need to add a piece of music. So we're going to drag that to the bottom and we're going to choose which part of the music that you're going to use. And then if we come to here, I'm just going to show you how changing this around and changing the positioning of the videos will have an effect. So if I come to this one, which is currently 617, and I put it 0, it's going to move it back to the middle. And then I can move the right in by going to 617 to there. So by repositioning the text and adding the music, I'm going to be able to move that around, and I'm going to be able to cut to the beat of the music, moving those titles, moving those images, and it's going to make it really, really eye-catching and something that's really interesting to watch. You're going to be able to grab people's attention, and you're going to be able to use the text to get the information across to the couples that you want to say to them. Okay, so this is the one that I've made. I'm just showing you this as the timeline so that you can see how I've layered everything and how I've positioned it. This is quite complicated. You probably could have done this in a little bit more simple way, but this is kind of, I started off with a bit of an idea, and then I just progressed it from there. You don't need to do anything as complicated as this. You can make it very simple. I've also cut the music up, so I've used a particular part of the songs, and that way it just kind of comes in nicely. There's a nice punchy bit here, and then it ends, you know, without it being stopping the song in the middle or anything like that. Obviously, it's all layered on top of each other, and you can play about with this and do it however you want, and it ends with my logo at the end. There's lots of text in here, messages that I wanted to get across to people. It's kind of like the way that my brand is positioned is, it's all about, like, you know, natural, real moments. But there's also things in there like, you know, using the drone and things like that that I wanted to get in there, because to some people that's a big deal. So having the drone shots in there and saying we do aerial stuff, that's quite impactful, and that will grab people's attention. When you're happy with your video, you need to go up to here and export it as a master file. Click next and save it into wherever you want to save it. And that's it. I hope it's been useful for you. If you found it useful, please like the video and subscribe if you want to see some more content. Put a comment about what was good and bad about it, and share it with someone if you think it might be of use for them. In the next video, I am going to be showing how I use this ad in an actual Instagram advert to generate website traffic and inquiries. I'm Jules, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.